Okay guys, on this video we're going to go for a test ride on the minivan, but on the last video, if you remember part 3, we did an oil change and we did just kind of a general check over and some maintenance on it, and we fixed a plastic panel on the driver's seat, and we also fixed a plastic panel underneath the bottom of the van. So got some things fixed and got some maintenance done on it, so let's go for a ride. Good morning guys, Bob here. We are going for a ride on my 2003 Dodge Grand Caravan. And I know that excites the hell out of you guys. But the reason we're doing this, I'm still testing out this window mount for the camera, and I've got it on panoramic view today, and so that's the primary reason we're doing this. And also, this van is I've had this van I think 12 years. I bought it for a work vehicle, worked out of it all those years, and it quite frankly it's wore out, and I haven't even tried to. I went and bought that Dakota, as you know. I'm working out of it now. This van still runs great, drives great, runs great, but it's got a lot of issues. So we're going to fix those issues, and I thought I would show that on the channel, some of the stuff we're going to fix. We're in the midst of Hurricane Ian, I believe it's called. It's just left Florida, tore Florida up pretty good, and it's headed to North Carolina. So it's headed at this state. I'm in North Carolina. I think it's going to miss me. I'm going to get a lot of rain from it, but I thought I'd run up to get some breakfast this morning, and we come back, we'll probably do some stuff. I don't know, it's awful chilly. This storm has really dropped the temperature quite a bit. I think it was 49 last night. It's last day of September, I believe. I think it was September 30th, so unusually cold for us Southerners. We'll handle it though. We can deal with it. Anyway, about the van, it's showing 100 and let me see here, 187,411 miles. And I know there's some of you guys out there that these vans are awesome, by the way. There's some of you out there that see them go a lot further than that, but this one was run hard, put up wet, so to speak. You can see my ABS lights on, so I learned my lesson the hard way on the PT Cruiser, not to hit the brakes hard. But this is my daily driver, was for years. I'm used to high handles and brakes and all up there, and I was that PT Cruiser. But it's got a few issues. Mainly there's a short somewhere runs the battery down. If you don't drive it about every 3 days, I think 3 days is about as long as you can go. And I got to find out what that is. I got a suspicion it's either the power seat or this passenger sliding door electronic regulator, electronic lock. That electronic lock does not work, and sometimes the power seats, even though the power seat works, a lot of times that motor will short out. I'm running into that on some Chrysler products. The fuel gauge does not work. It gets down to about 3/4 of a tank. That's as low as it goes, and that's not going to cut it. And I did get the heater working. I don't know when I'm going to post this video. I'll post it before or after, but the heater worked erratically, intermittently, and then it only worked on high when I finally got it working. I ended up putting the blower motor in it and got it where it blew great heat on high only. So then I put the high blower switch on. Now I've got heat on all selections, I guess you'd call it. I got air only on, well, I haven't tried the air since I put the high blower relay in, but it seemed like the air only worked on low. I'm not sure what that was. And then it leaks Freon out, and I think I know where that leak's at. It's up at the front, I believe. But we'll worry about the air conditioning later. So I got to get the fuel gauge working, and I got to get the electrical short figured out. Those are the two main things. I've already got the heater working, and it's got a transmission pan gasket leaking and an oil pan gasket leaking. I think I can fix those myself I hope so. And I think there's a valve cover leaking, and this, I believe, a motor mount's a little on the weak side, but it doesn't vibrate, so I may leave it alone. The strut bushings, I suspect, are bad because it makes some terrible noises when you go over bumps, and the ride quality is good when you're on a smooth road like this, but you get on something a little choppy and it bounces a little bit. It's just not a good ride quality. I may address that. Maybe put some new struts on it and strut bushings. That, I believe, clean it up good. I believe that's going to be about it, guys. Let me think. Everything else. I need to make a list of all the stuff that's wrong with it. Oh, the piece up here on the dash cracked from the heat, and I was going down the road, hit a bump, and it just popped up in the air and fell off, and it's laying in the car here somewhere, I hope. Just need to glue it back together. I mean, it just came all to pieces. The heat just cracked it, and I noticed it was rattling, and I saw it cracking and chipping, and probably should have put some tape on it to help it a little bit, but I didn't, and here we are. Now it's missing completely, but okay, so why would I be fixing up an 03 van in this kind of condition? Well, here's why. It runs really good, and I'm so familiar with it. I know its characteristics, and I have replaced it with another vehicle, but this will make a great backup vehicle for a variety of things. I used it the other day to go to the trash dump, put the trash cans. I had 2 trash cans, one for the house, one for the shop. Put them both in it, and I was able to, this guy's passing me. I cannot believe the impatience of some of these people. Okay, so anyway, and also if I need a backup for my work vehicle, I can go back to running this again. And clean it up a little bit. Be good for going to swap meets. I may start doing some swap meet stuff, maybe buying out. I've done a lot of swap meet buyouts over the years, and I don't know, we may use it for that. Not sure what other than that what I would do with it. It's just a good all-around second vehicle. Like you see, it runs great. Of course, I obviously got to get the ABS light to find out what's going on there. Most likely it's just a wheel speed sensor or whatever they call that thing. And look at this van. Does it pull? There's one tire that in the front that tends to wear out on the edge a little faster than the others. And I've never had this vehicle aligned in 12 years I've owned it. And the tire was only 50 bucks and the alignment was 110. So I just throw a tire on it and motor along with it. Lasts about 3 years, 2.5, 3 years, then put another tire on it. And I figured if I lined it, you know, still the tire's only gonna last another year. It's just one of them things. But I may have to get it aligned while I'm doing all this. I got time there. It's off the road. Actually got time. I can take it into a shop and get it aligned. So it's gonna need a set of tires put on it probably. Well, no more than I'm gonna be driving. I don't know. It may last 10 years now, but I was planning on putting a set of tires on it this winter before the weather got really bad. But I don't know, we'll see. So we'll fix it up, and I'll show you how to fix some of the things on here. I had a hell of a time with that boiler motor, guys. Let me tell you what. That was that one. It wouldn't have been so bad. There's one bolt back in the back that you cannot see. You have to use a mirror, and then the way the firewall slopes, it's hard to get your hand in there. I used a flexible shaft on a screwdriver, and boy, let me tell you what, it was tough. It was tough. Once you get the tool on it in the mirror position correctly, and you got a little grip in your hand, you can pop that screw loose. It'll come on out. It was rusty. That's another thing. For whatever reason, that was the screw that was rusty. We're in the beautiful historic, it says on that sign, if you see a historic Wake Forest district, Wake Forest, North Carolina. Man, this van just really runs and drives nice. I don't know if you heard a little thump there. I hit that bump. Used not to do that. But you know, if you go buy a new van today, or a new used van, say an 18 or 20, I haven't looked specifically for anything like that. I just know stuff's high right now. And I would imagine if you went and got a new Grand Caravan with say 30,000 miles on it, or 20,000 miles, or whatever, you would probably be looking at 24,000 bucks, I'd say. And I can fix this van here up for a few $1,000, throw a cheap paint job on it, get it looking a little nicer. And I have a few thousand in it. Keep on rocking. It really runs that nice. Now there is a problem with the electronic control module, or PCM. I've already replaced it once. It wouldn't pass inspection, so I had to put a PCM on it, and then it was able to pass inspection. But now the horn blows all the time. The alarm, I guess you'd call it. So when you go to get in the car, even with the key, I don't have the remote, but with the key, it sets the alarm off. It used not to never do that. I'm thinking that's that aftermarket PCM. As a matter of fact, the first one I got only lasted 4 days, and I had to take it back. And of course, they don't have these in stock anywhere. They have to build you one, and at least in these cars they do. So I had to wait a week for it to come in, and it finally came in. And so the one that's in it now has been in it about 2 years, but I probably should swap it over to the other one until it's the time to get it inspected. Then put this one back in it. I didn't turn the core in. The guy wanted me to turn the core in. It was a $220 core. I said, no. I said, that thing, when it goes out, it leaves you stranded. I'm going to hang on. I got it sitting right here beside me in the seat, as a matter of fact. For $220, I'd rather have that than be stranded somewhere. It's not that hard to install. And I keep some tools in the vehicle, so as long as it ain't pitch dark night, even if it is pitch dark night, I can use my cell phone as a light, I guess. But I just don't like being stranded, so I kept the old car for $220. It was worth it. But anyway, it's got intermittent light. The stereo works great in this car. I mean, it sounds good. No issues at all with this factory stereo. The clock keeps good time. It even tells you what song's being played on the radio. I like those that do that. I love my music. So we're not too far from, I'm going to get some breakfast this morning. We're not too far from the breakfast place. Hope you guys are enjoying the channel. As you know, we mix it up a little bit. I got Field Agent Motors. They're buddies of mine. They run a shop, probably in the central part of the state. I'm in near Raleigh. They have a shop over near Greensboro. So it's about an hour, 45 minutes away from here. And they keep a lot of cars coming and going. And I do mostly my own stuff. I don't do a lot of repair work for other people or car flipping or any of that kind of stuff. And I don't do a lot of restoration. I just mainly whatever I buy and I want to fix up. I mean, I've got the Magnum on the channel, and let's see, I got the Furious on the channel. What else is on there that we're working on? I can't remember, guys. We'll have this vehicle on there. And what the purpose, I guess, is, like I said, to save this vehicle. There's no sense in disposing of it. We're on US 1 now, by the way, folks. And show you that you can take some of these older vehicles, throw a few $1,000 at them and drive them. Use them as a second car or a car for the kid. I work at car dealerships. I see so many cars traded in and they don't get anything for them. And I understand you want a new car. I get all that. I'd love to have a new car too, but these times are tough right now. You got something like this van here. It's about 20 miles per gallon, and it's got so much utility built into it. It's got a roof rack. I haul stuff on the roof and haul stuff inside of it. And other than the air conditioning and not working, it's very comfortable. And no sense in just disposing of it. It really isn't. Just fix what I can and drive it when I can, when I need it. And it's only costing me $35 a month insurance. I guess the tags and stuff every year is probably around 60 bucks, so probably $400 a year to keep the thing. To me, that's worth it. We're coming up on we kind of cut through one corner of Wake Forest, and now we're coming up into the main part of it, which I'm going to turn off up here. This van doesn't use any oil. It does leak coolant. It's got, I think, 3 leaks I got to get there. That's another thing. I'll probably take it into the shop. See, I hit that bump there and it kind of steered to the right a little bit. I'll probably take it into the shop somewhere and have the guys get on a lift and just replace every coolant hose on it with brand new Mopar hoses. And that hurricane is, man, it's supposed to rain for 4 damn days, but it's supposed to miss us. I think we're going to get, they said 5 to 8 inches of rain. It's been raining since early this morning before it turned daylight. I'm going to pull into the old Chick-fil-A here, guys. And I'll have to turn you off when we do that. Get me some breakfast, and I'm going to stop by the parts store and buy some parts for another car I'm working on. I'll tell you about that one later. I don't know if I'm going to put that on the channel or not. It's a later model car that I bought to fix up. I'll probably sub the workout on it. Let's see here. Turn down into this strip mall here. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for supporting the channel, all the stuff we do. We're kind of a mixed bag. We do mostly classic cars, do some racing and different things, but we are a bit of a mixed bag. It's just the way we just made that decision. We were going to video the stuff that we run into and the cars that we mess with. And we try to keep it mostly classic cars, but appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I really do. Every video is not going to be what you want to see. I understand that. And we are going to try to do some more work in progress videos too. All right, guys, I am here. Let me roll this window down so I can talk to these folks. And thank you very much.